drafted 18th by the Spurs, but a few days later, you were traded twice in the same day, by the way.
Man.
First to the Bucks.
Nobody won me.
And then to Portland Trailblazers.
Not even the Bucks won me.
Had stops in Houston, Toronto, Washington, Lakers, and overseas. Won a title in 95. Spent some time in the NBA as a coach, including our beloved Lakers, and have found your love now as a basketball analyst for UCLA and ABC. Number one, I've never heard of anybody getting drafted and traded to 3 different teams before even suiting up.
It's the first time for everything.
I mean, what was that like as a rookie?
Draft day, like I said, they told me I was going to be in that area, right? The 10, 11. I didn't go until 18. So I was the last one in the green room. Doug Christie went right before me to Seattle.
Wow.
So I was like, oh, hell no. I got up and I went and took a walk. I'm like, they done lied to me. I done went and took a walk. So I'm in the back hallway because it was at Memorial Coliseum that year in Portland.
Yeah.
So I'm in the back. And they said the 18th pick, San Antonio Spurs selects Tracy Murray from UCLA. My brother had to say, T, come on, man, they called you. So I'm walking. You see me walking kind of from the back. I wasn't coming from my table.
Mm-hmm.
So I come from the back. I'm hugging my brother. So I'm kind of like low-key pissed because I'm the last one back there. I felt lied to. I'm like, all right, everybody passed up on me. I'm gonna let them have it.
Light them up.
I'm gonna let them have it. I had what Kobe said, you had a kill list.
Yeah.
I had a kill list. So I put the hat on. I sit down. They say, look, we're gonna give you a couple of rosters. Don't get comfortable with that hat. I'm like, what?
So
what part of the game is this?
Yeah.
Right.
So I'm here talking about David Robinson and people like that, and I'm like, I'm not going to even be here. So I'm just sitting. Then we go into the back. Afterwards, they take you through all kinds of media stuff. And I'm with a Portland station. They told me to put on a Portland Trailblazer hat and act like I was Dave Johnson, because he had just gotten drafted by Portland. It didn't make sense to me until later, until I finally stopped. Now, when that trade happened, it's like, okay, Milwaukee. I'm already looking at the Milwaukee roster.
Right.
All young, I'm like, all bad, because young team, we're selfish. Everybody's trying to get theirs.
Everybody trying to get theirs.
Right. Then Portland, I'm like, is this the last stop or is it going to keep going? And it ended up being the last stop. That was that, man. It was a heck of a couple of weeks, just not knowing where I'm going to be. Felt like nobody wanted me.
That's crazy that somebody has to go through that on draft day.
I mean, you can look back on it now. Did you ever regret the fact that you came out early and didn't spend your last year at UCLA? And, first of all, you'd have been putting up another, bunch of numbers at UCLA. That list of top scorers in UCLA history, you'd have been way up there on that as well. And then what ended up happening, getting traded, so many times on draft day, did you ever regret leaving school early?
There was one day that I regretted it. Like, I look back on it now a lot, and I was like, what if? But that one day I regretted it was when I'm sitting in the locker room before one of our games in Portland. I'm clearly not playing. We have a veteran team up there. They just came from the finals.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sitting there feeling like I'm wasting away. We're looking at the game before we go out. We have on UCLA against the Fab Five. I was sitting there sick. I was like, I can be helping my boys beat the Fab Five. We end up losing to them, right? But it's like, that was the day that I felt like I should have stayed my ass in school. That was the day, but it worked out. The thing that came into the decision to leave, we were real organized with it too. It was like we had a pro and con list of reasons to leave, reasons to stay. The only reasons to stay really was become all-time leading scorer at UCLA, to, maybe possibly move up the ladder of the draft.
Yeah.
We weren't going to win a national championship with that team because that 92 team we had 10 NBA guys on one team, future NBA guys. So that was, I felt, was the best opportunity to win it all.
Right.
and my Olympic opportunity was gone. So I left number 5 on the all-time scoring list when I left there. I had already did that in high school.
Yeah.
I was all-time leading scorer in California history.
Right.
So I'd already been through that. So I was like, I already been there and done that. I don't want to do it here too. I have a chance to go and help my family.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what came into my decision.
So I'm going to take you back to your high school days, and this is the reason why I call you a legend, because I'm a few years behind you. And I remember when I played in high school, literally you had just broken the record like a couple years prior. And I got to go to the clipboard for this because this is absolutely insane. You averaged 44.3 points a game your senior year. A whopping 3,053 points in high school, which is the high school, state of California
In 3
record.
years.
In 3 years.
Yeah.
You did it in 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
You must have been jacking the shit out of the ball.
No, you know what? If you was to watch the tapes of the game,
Like, what?
the way the flow in which we ran our offense, like you can see, like I averaged 14 rebounds a game too.
Mm.
So over half of them were offensive
So you
rebound
got the
putbacks.
board, and then you dribbled
Put it
down and jacked up a 3.
I didn't get very many defensive. The offensive, one thing, I was on a team when an AAU team, my first AAU team I've ever been on. I was the best shooter and scorer on the team, but they wouldn't pass me the ball. And I whined to my dad one day, like, get your big ass on the boards. That's why I learned how to offensive rebound. So now you add offensive rebound into the play. Now
So you pick up an extra.
you pick up, without jacking them,
20.
you're picking up an extra 10 to 15 points just on offensive rebounds because no one's blocking out or they're intimidated and they let you walk in there and get a board. You know, back in the day, if you had a little bit of clout, you mumble something under your breath, they won't touch you.
Right,
and you go in there and you get a few.
Yeah.
Right? So that's an extra 10 points right there of intimidation.
Kid J, hold up, man. We got to talk about our sponsor.
Okay. Our partners.
Our partners, man. I'm telling you,
Love
guys,
that, by the way.
Prize Pick is our partners. So I'm telling you to do this for me. Go to prizepick.com and use code BScott to receive a guaranteed $50 once you play $5 in lineups. It is that simple.
And it's available in California, Los Angeles, because I was able to play and it was super simple. I literally just dropped my money in. I played my $5 in lineups and boom, $50 just popped up in there.
Just like that?
Just like that.
So you've been winning.
On a consistent basis.
I've been winning on a real consistent basis. I ain't gonna tell you how much money I've been winning on. I bet I tell you what, it's a little bit more than Kid J. I ain't gonna go into amounts, but I got you by a little bit. That's how well I'm doing. Again, guys, I'm telling you, go to prizepick.com, use code BScott to receive a guaranteed $50 once you play $5 in lineup. It is that simple. And you could be winners too, like me and Kid J. I knew of Tracy way back in the day. You know, we played against Tracy when Tracy was at UCLA, when the Lakes would come down to UCLA and we would have our runs, right? So I knew he could flat out shoot it. But like I said, the other things that he could do on the basketball court, you run out at him. He get right by you, he'll dunk it, right? He could rebound the ball. He could bring the ball up and down the floor. So he was a very good basketball player from high school all the way to college. So we knew when we played against him in the summer league, he was going to be a pro. Now, my question to you is, coming from those days of playing against all these pros, you know, which you guys got a chance to do at UCLA, right? And seeing how the game was played in the summer, what was the biggest adjustment you had to make when you went from UCLA to the NBA? Now, on the court and off.
Now, the off the court thing was just a whole I was sheltered, man. You know, I was green as grass. So just going from Glendora High to UCLA, that was something.
That was an adjustment.
Ooh-wee. Seeing all that walking around and now I'm making my own decisions for the first time.
But y'all that might not understand what he means.
Man,
seeing all that walking around mean women, girls,
females. So seeing all of that and for the and making my own decisions. I'm away from home. I'm making my own decisions.
Right.
I almost flunked out of UCLA my freshman year.
Really?
I was subject to dismissal. I had to go to
having too much fun.
Yeah.
listening to Pooh Richardson talk about they'll take care of you. You don't ever listen to Pooh Richardson talking about they'll take care of you.
Don't worry
They
about
ain't
it.
taking care of you. You got to take care of yourself. So I end up doing two semesters of in the summertime.
Summer school.
Of summer school in the morning at Pasadena City College, and 2 semesters. That was the summer you didn't see me. 2 semesters in the evening at UCLA. I had to pass all of my classes in order to be eligible
ready
to
for
go
next year.
Yeah, man. It was the struggle was real because I was doing too much. We had a list on the board, and it has the categories: class, practice, weight room. You know, then you get down mess hall or the lunch area, and then you get down to the tutoring, study hall. Then you get down to the part. I had MIA down there. Mine stayed on MIA. I was missing in action all the time. We also put creeping up in there too. You could put me on creeping or MIA. I was doing too much, man. And you know, you think of that just on the UCLA level. And then my last year, Buck took me to Roxbury.
Wow.
So imagine a young kid in Roxbury. I brought all UCLA dudes. Like, come on, man, let's go. You know, so we went to Roxbury. You know, that was the spot, man.
How many times Bucks take you to Roxbury?
Never. But I didn't need him to.
They're Lakers. They don't need, you know what I mean?
I went up on there by myself. It was good.
Right. So, but we were young. So we were at, you know, this was after the runs. Everybody was going up there. He's like, hey, young fellas, why don't y'all come up to Roxbury? So we went in. You know, we went up there and we went in and we had a good time. Like, oh, this is the spot right here. I'm gonna have to continue to come here on Tuesdays, right? So that was the first exposure to like the league stuff, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought I can handle it when I got in, but the league is just a different animal, man.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching Byron Scott's Fast Break. If you like what you saw, here's some more videos. And while you're at it, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.